What's going on, guys? How is everyone this evening? Can we go back to 2005? That is 12 years ago. Where were you in 2005? Apparently, there is photographic evidence of where I was in 2005. What? Almost a year, 11 months. Prince Eugen, dude, thank you very much. You're awesome. Don't ever forget that. You're at home playing Pokemon. That was 17. Wait a minute, hold on. All right, maybe I mathed wrong. No. Wait. Yeah, I totally mathed wrong. I'm trying to avoid where those thoughts were in my head. So, the funny thing about that is 2005, I would have been at my current job. Yeah, we're not going to approach that one. It's the end of the day. I don't math on my off hours. Thank you very much. Yeah, so there's that. So, I would have already been at my job, like, no math Mondays. No math after hours ever at all. So you're on your own with that one. I'm going to break out my calculator. You didn't have kids yet. So I would have been working at my current... In 2005, I still would have been at my same job for 6 years at that point. Going into the 6th year of being at that job. Yes, that is actually relatively... Yeah, that's a thing. Not having kids would probably change a lot of things around. Melissa Headcase, if you could go back and do it again, would you? That I guess is the big question of a scenario like that. If you could roll the dice and do it over, would you? Would you? Like, the whole idea of, like, forked realities, like everything we do from this second on, from that second on, every choice we make, every decision we make, everything we do, every place we go, every person we interact with, every single thing where there is a yes and a no question answered, there's a yes and a no path that breaks off from that ever so wonderful timeline. Hey, you're finally, wait, this is, no, but it's Monday. It absolutely is Monday, dude. We're gonna get back to some Skyrim at some point in time. I've just been having so much fun with SnowRunner, and I hope you don't mind, because I'm really enjoying SnowRunner lately. SnowRunner has been a blast. Also, you know what's actually really cool? What's really, really cool? I'm not gonna lie. Girl Scout cookies, dudes. Girl Scout cookies. If you see your local Girl Scout troop out somewhere peddling these bad boys, pick some up. Because it all goes towards a good cause, you know? All goes towards a good cause. I got these things when I was... I robbed them. You're gonna rob a 6-year-old? Like, honest to God, dude. That is... Wow. Brownie caramel ones? I think I saw those, and I was... Alright, so, see, here's the thing. I was put on the spot so quickly by these Girl Scouts. We never get Girl Scouts, we usually get the Boy Scouts. Dude, the popcorn is a ripoff. I will say right now, the popcorn is a complete and total ripoff. Like, they're better than Samoas. Well, these things aren't called Samoas anymore. They're called Caramel Delights. And they can't even spell delights properly. They're spelled in like a... give the Girl Scouts the Boy Scouts food. No, I don't like the popcorn. The popcorn is kind of a ripoff. Like, the popcorn... And the popcorn's a hard sell, too. I think the Girl Scouts have a better racket on the things that they try to sell. Someday I will succeed without getting beat up and left for dead. You're gonna get your butt kicked by a whole gaggle. And when I say gaggle, so I went to get a really nice burrito yesterday, and in my search for a delightful burrito, I stopped by the supermarket to get something to drink, and I grabbed a whole bunch of soda. So walking into the supermarket, right in that entrance area where the first sliding door is, this little half-pint human comes running up to me and just stares at me. Would you like to buy some cookies? Like, completely just like that was the one thing that was the most important thing to her on the entirety of the earth, was running up to me and saying, do you want to buy some cookies? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And like, there's all the parents over there, the whole table's set up, and I'm looking around, and there's just like Girl Scout, there's a herd of them. There's a herd of them. They're like swarming fire ants, like right over there. And I was like, you gotta give me 5 minutes. Mostly because I would have needed cash, because I didn't have cash on me, and I could have just gone to the cash register and got some cash advance right there, and then actually had enough. And these bad boys, so there are, hold on, I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are, so I've already eaten one. Okay. I had 2 boxes. I'm down to a single box, because right there you have 15 individually placed cookies. Sometimes they come in sleeves, but these ones will come in this little handy-dandy, plasticky type thingamajigger. And I gotta say, they were really good this time. They were really, really good, and I'm glad that I went with my choice of the Caramel Delights. They're so good, dude. They're so good. Like, I realistically would have bought more. I love the dough ones, aka the oatmeal peanut butter sandwich cookies. Ooh. What did I have? They've got a new flavor, and it's on Samoas. But the Thin Mints are really, really good, though. You're right for having your sister having a Thin Mint addiction, because them things are like, you try one, it's just one taste. Just one taste. No, maybe just one more. And then by the time you know it, you're through like a sleeve of them, and you're going, that other sleeve looks mighty good. So there's that. I'm so mad it's Girl Scout cookie time, though. Why is that? Why are you mad that it's Girl Scout cookie time? This stream is also not brought to you by Coca-Cola. Not at all. It was just there because I'm losing weight. Oh, okay, gotcha. I will eat these cookies for you, my friend. I will consume them. I shall fall upon the sword that is the Caramel Delight, aka Samoa. Let it strike me down, because I've got no problem eating these bad boys. I will eat a whole box of these, no problem. It's like one sitting right there. That's like half a sitting. That was like, I was watching the rest of John Wick last night and basically had 2/3 of a box of Girl Scout cookies. Gonna get a box of brownie ones, but only 2 a day, 2 boxes. Yes, that's not a bad thing. Oh, they're so good, though. They're so good. And I will say this, if you get the Boy Scout popcorn, so if you end up getting that as well, the thing about that is really the only good thing would be like the tins that they sell with the buttered cheesy popcorn and then the caramel popcorn. That stuff's really good. But all of that stuff in there is nothing you should be putting in your system, because it just messes up your teeth 10 ways to Sunday. And it's too bad, because it's actually really good. I love their caramel corn. Their caramel coated corn. The buttered popcorn is probably the 3rd, and then the cheesy popcorn is right there, right in the middle. Takes up right the middle ground. I just, yeah, kind of one of those things. No, but it's expensive. The Boy Scout popcorn is very expensive. Oh, hello. Look at what we have here. King Trucker. And by this graphic right here, it means that we have a raid. Good sir, how are you today? It is so good to see you. I hope you're well. I hope things are going good. And let's do a little bit of that. Let's do a little bit of that. Oh, that's some Forza right there. That is some. Oh, that's right. You're doing Forza with the drone. That's cool. But how is World of Tanks treating you? Used to be in Scouts, and yeah, I used to be in Scouts as well. And the ones who sold the most popcorn tended to be the ones who whose parents were the den mothers and den fathers. For some weird reason, it always seemed to be the same thing that happened every year. And they announced how much popcorn was sold at like the big dinner that they would have at the end of the year. Fun fact, 2 of the most famous green holiday monsters were voiced by the same person some 30 years apart. Green holiday monsters. So you're talking about, what, the Grinch and who else? That was the guy who did the voice of Tony the Tiger. The dude who did the Grinch was the voice of Tony the Tiger. But I don't know if you're talking about that Boris Karloff. Ooh. Doing good. Tanks was fun. I was told I need to stop streaming and stuff to reset the internet or something. So were you having connection issues? Oh, really? Boris Karloff. So wait, so Frankenstein and what else? Because he did the Frankenstein and the Mummy? Or... Boris Karloff was one of the Universal monsters. He did... Oh, okay. I thought that was the voice of... Or was it just the dude who sang You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch? Who was also the voice of Tony the Tiger. But then Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs had also sang whatever that You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Also, let's do some stuff. At least my dad he says the internet connection is very on the low side. So what you can do is actually reset your router and modem. So you unplug the router, let it power down, unplug the modem, let it power down, wait a couple minutes, plug the modem back in, wait for it to completely and fully power back up. But you need to make sure that everything is still connected together by the Ethernet cable. So once you power up the modem, then you power up the router. Unless it's like a unit where it's the same stuff. So what we are going to do is we need to go all the way over here to pick up some oil. My brother-in-law was an Eagle Scout, and he helps them run a troop near them. He's working towards becoming a Scoutmaster. Yeah. See, that is definitely a thing that you can do. Tell you what, we're going to go this way. Just because I guess we can. It's because we want to. Actually, we had some snow today. We had actually quite a bit of snow today. It's interesting how they time their selling of the Girl Scout cookies right when everybody is going through sugar withdrawal from the holidays. Thurl Ravenscroft did the voice of Tony and the singer of the... Okay. So I wasn't 100% off. All right, I'm going to use a truck that I typically don't use a lot, and that's most likely because it was way down far on my list of vehicles, is the Caterpillar CT680. And I used this a lot in early game, back when I could just, I bought the truck and then slowly started upgrading it. That's the dude's name, Thurl Ravenscroft. That sounds like he could have been a vampire. He could have lived on Mockingbird Lane or something like that. He could have been neighbors with Rob Zombie. I mean, anything is a possibility right there. Anything. All right, and okay, so we are in fact going the proper direction. I'll take that as win number 1 for the day. Oh yeah, beacons for safety. Always beacons for safety. But yeah, King Trucker, usually resetting the internet is the best way to try to figure things out. Then from there, if you have a laptop, you can actually hardwire yourself into the modem and do a speed test. Sounds like an off-brand version of the vampire from Dawn Guard. Ooh. That is a very likely possibility right there. All right, let's get this bad boy going. Whee! Oop. This thing goes fast. This thing definitely does go fast. See, we can pull in here for like we can call it a splash and dash, NASCAR style pit stop. See, we don't even stop moving. We just splash and go, splash and go. Oop. A little bit of a bounce right there. Also, I don't even. Okay, no, I do have a spare tire, so that's kind of a step in the right direction. I equipped this thing with a low saddle because I want to take a semi-trailer, 5-slot semi-trailer. Karloff did the Grinch as part of the story narration where the Grinch spoke in the story. Oh, okay. So I wasn't completely incorrect in that particular situation. So I'll chalk that up as a win. So, Cryptid Tales, am I calling you like Cryptid Sterling or Cryptid Sterling or William Tales? Like what is going on over there? That's some funny stuff. All right, so we need 4 oil barrels, and we have to bring them to the airport all the way over at Harvest Corp. So there'll be a lot of driving. I mean, realistically, we could actually use something like one of the highway trucks for this, which has potential. They're actually fairly decent when they're kitted out. They may not be the greatest trucks in the world. They may need a little bit of a nudge here and there. But, you know what? As long as there's something to winch off of, anything is basically viable. So, I'm not too particularly concerned. And on this go-around, there's actually a lot of, like, pavement. Okay, is this... This thing cranks. I want to reclaim a name after the 6-month timeout expired that they set up. Okay. It's 6 months? I thought it was a shorter period than that. Our ever-wonderful individual Norman, who consistently changes between movie serial killers and real serial killers, rotated through his names consistently. Like, it was a constant thing. Okay. So we're going to go, you know what? Yeah. We'll just do the regular. We're going to live dangerously is what we're going to do. We're going to live dangerously. We're going to use the flatbed style of trailer. There is also nothing that impedes the cornering on this thing too. So this is going to be good. Unlike if we were going to use the Peterbilt, no, Freightliner 916, where the goofy toolbox hits on the back. This way we're not. 6 months to reclaim a name that you used before. It's less. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down there, buddy. All right, so to get this stuff, we gotta go. To Kia. Perfect. Okay, me doing new Dishonored New Game Plus to fully max powers and get one last achievement tied to a full playthrough. Oh my goodness. I use the Vlad account to reclaim it. So, so who will blame me? You've not, are you doing it on PlayStation or the Xbox? Actually, is that an Xbox exclusive? I don't remember. But, with that said, is that like all the achievements that you can do for it? Xbox S, learned it was an S, not an X. Gotcha. That's got a nice horn. Not all, but some of the harder ones. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because it sounds like the achievements that you were going for are some of, like, the ridiculously difficult ones. Like, playing the entire game without using any powers. That just seems like bonkers right there. I was actually playing Darktide yesterday, and I unlocked some of the Zealot armor because I did not fire a single ranged weapon through the entire mission. And that was not terrible, but basically with the Zealot, he's a horde clearer or a melee frontline fighter. He uses his toughness and the consistent toughness regeneration as his armor. So as long as you're killing creatures in Darktide with the Zealot, you're able to keep your toughness up, and that's what keeps you alive. All right, so we want 4 oil barrels. Well, rooms convert to 200 gold per pickup in no power mode, so I could get all helpful upgrades for high chaos. Okay. I have no idea what any of that means because I've never actually played the game, like, at all. But at least I have an idea. All right. So actually, wait a minute. Now we have to plan our additional route here. So, all right, stop the truck. We need to bring this to Harvest Corp. So that's the Institute. That's the Heartlands. Oh, you know what? We can't just go... We have to go through one of these. So if we go to the Institute, we have to go to Harvest Corp. Actually, where are we now? We're in the Crossroads. So we go Crossroads all the way over to Harvest Corp. Okay. All right, and then the only real difficult spot is going to be this area right through here. I mean, we could potentially go across here, but we're not going to do that with this truck. So we want to go Institute. So where is the Institute? So that's the Institute right there. Which means let's plot out this route real good. Yep. All right. So this is going to get kind of dodgy through here, but that's all right. I mean, we've got plenty of support trucks around on the various different maps and stuff. And actually, the fact that we're going to hit the gas station right there is going to be kind of a good one as well. So we can do that. Keeping these trailers straight is such a It never wants to work right. There we go. And it almost looks like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. I'm just winging it. All right, so we have, in fact, 4 units of oil barrels. And we've got to transport this all the way to the airport. I don't know what the airport's actually going to give us, or if it's actually going to be of any use in the next map. We'll find out. We'll see. Let's see where it goes. Oh, yeah. And we'll see how well the Caterpillar CT680 does on any of the inclement terrain. I really always liked this truck. This was a great truck, and I want to say that I started using it in Alaska and potentially towards the end of Michigan. So I did a lot in Michigan with this thing. And I don't even remember what level you can actually purchase it at. Because that's a lot of what it is. A lot of this stuff is all locked behind levels and everything else. Bouncy bounce. And we're taking the, I mean, granted, our fuel economy and power is probably going to be a little bit better if we didn't take the loading arm crane. But that's just in case we maybe find ourselves in a relatively sticky situation, which has been known to happen maybe once or twice, or a billion other times, but what can you say? All right, so we round out there. Oh. Didn't take that corner tight enough. There we go. All right. Pop it up into high gear, and it's just basically going to just chug right along. The truck's got power. It's got a significant amount of power to it. It's just, yet again, it's one of those other trucks that are limited by the fact that we don't get to have all the American, or the majority of American trucks that don't get to have off-road tires. So we've got like all-terrains or whatever they are, whatever the best one is on these things. And it's kind of ridiculous. It's tires. It's like, why can't all of the trucks share different brands and styles of tires? We can't put mud tires on something like this, or the Freightliner 916, any of that stuff. I mean, realistically, I would like to use those trucks a lot more, but you can't. Did you know that there's a sequel to Pacific Rim called Atlantic Rim, which released in the same year? The trucks are too tired to try. Oh, man. No, the second Pacific Rim had John Boyega. John Boyega of Star Wars fame was actually in that. And that was actually, I didn't mind it. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. I really liked the first Pacific Rim, but that one had Charlie Hunnam and crap. What's his name? I can never remember his name. He plays Heimdall in the Thor movies. Idris Elba. So that has Idris Elba, Charlie Hunnam, the old wrestler, what's his name? Who used to play the Kurgan? Thought Atlantic Rim was a mockbuster. You know what? Coming from J.R. Strang, probably is. Yeah. See? Yeah. There we go. Trying to pull the wool over our eyes over here, sir. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? Actually, there was a point not that long ago, like towards the end of last year, I was watching all kinds of really awful like parody clones. There was the one that parodied the Fast and the Furious. There was the one that parodied the 300. There was so many awful ones. It was made by the famous studio called The Asylum. Is that a studio or a place? Personally, I think it's the place that you perhaps belong, sir. No, I'm kidding. The Asylum. Actually, I believe I have something called Beyond the Wall of Sleep, and there's a bunch of other really goofy movies. Oh, is this fuel? I think this is fuel. Yeah, let's top off. Let's splash and dash. There's some very strange, like Lovecraftian style. The ones made the franchise Sharknado. Sharknado is a messed up movie. And realistically, it's one of the few things that really recovered Ian Ziering's career. Because I don't really think that guy was doing a whole hell of a lot of anything. Like, Ian Ziering, after Beverly Hills 90210, what did he kind of wind up in? Like, did he actually do a lot? Because there was not much that I remember him popping up in. And honestly, I don't think there's a lot that most of the 90210 cast, short of the dude who played Dylan, who was in Riverdale, actually. And that was a crying shame. He died of was it a heart attack or something weird happened to him. And he was just like, done, gone. Although, the dude who played Brandon, I think that's what his name, he went on to be, like, he went on to race cars and stuff like that. But then got into a really bad accident, messed his face up real good. It's funny, though. But then Frankie Muniz, who was in Malcolm in the Middle as Malcolm, that dude's racing cars. He got picked up by an actual race team. There's a spin-off. I think it's 3-headed shark, 5-headed shark, and 6-headed shark. Have you seen Sharktopus? That one has Eric Roberts. It's all they could spring for. They sprung for Eric Roberts, and that was really it. Like that was. All right, so we're gonna go. We repaired that one, so we're just gonna kind of go. We're gonna go casual. We're just gonna follow this straight. But Sharktopus, that was I saw Idris movie, 2000 Years of Longing, a case of the trailer being far better than the movie. Many people like the movie. Supposedly it's watchable, but the story was blah. Part of it, I remember a van scene. So Sharktopus was awful. It was an awful movie, and the size and scale of the shark kept on changing depending on its environment, and it was hysterically laughable because you had Eric Roberts, who was in one of the greatest fighting movies, The Best of the Best. And he was the only, like, really serious actor in the entire thing. They blew the entire budget on him. Guaranteed. Either that or the dude was just looking for a paycheck and took $20 and a pack of smokes. I don't know. I know that CGI was pre-Toy Story levels. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. But Idris Elba is a really fantastic actor, and he's got that series on the BBC where he is a cop or a detective or something like that. And the name is currently also escaping me because I don't actually watch a lot of BBC. Like even Doctor Who. I'm not like a big Doctor Who, so bad it's good. Sharktopus, yeah. Sharktopus falls into one of those categories where if it's you and a bunch of friends want to sit around and watch a ridiculously bad movie that is laughably comically bad, I would highly recommend watching that. Like it's that level of absurdity that you're left wondering, why on earth did they make a movie like this? And then feel not terrible about making a movie like this. Like Manos' Hands of Fate. That, my friend, is a whole other level altogether. That made its appearance on Mystery Science Theater 3000, and that was originally done by Joel Hodgson, right? And our good friend Paul, who is a moderator in another stream for the ever pleasant Gigi Edgley. He was a backer for a Kickstarter that Mystery Science Theater 3000 had done, and his name actually shows up in a bunch of credits on some of the newer stuff that just came out and was released. But Manos' Hands of Fate was one of those really older Mystery Science Theater 3000 viewings, and boy oh boy, the mock blockers is more like a background noise, but for me, some like Zilla, I always watch. Yeah, you love MST3K? It's become its own cultural identity, where it's not just one individual with two hand puppets basically tearing apart a movie. Like that's actually become its own genre of comedy unto itself. All right, come up. Oh, we're stuck on something here. There we go. Still, Manos has a unexplained ghost in it. I don't think the ghost is the least of Manos and the Hands of Fate's worry, as far as like all of the other really twisted, bizarre, completely bonkers level of stuff that's in that. All right, so we gotta kind of. Why can't we? Let's try to do this way. I know plenty of MST3K influence on. Oh yeah, oh absolutely. There is a ton of people whose roots would go back to things like Mystery Science Theater 3000, just because of, like, consider it the precursor to reaction videos on YouTube. Like, in essence, that's what it is. It's more of a scripted reaction, but nonetheless, it's a reaction video on the precursor to them. All right, we've actually pulled ourselves through there fairly easily, and a little bit easier than I thought we were going to, which is kind of okay. All right, so we got to go all the way over there to Harvest Corp. Still, reaction content on cable was unheard of, especially at a given episode's runtime. Yes, so they're effectively reacting to that movie, that show, that viewing in real time. So the entirety of that episode plays out. It would be like sitting down to Inception and watching the entirety of Inception and critiquing the visuals or the musical accompaniment as it plays out before you in real time. And I only chose Inception just because of looking at the the DVD case right over there. It's hard to believe it started as a public access show on KTMA. That in and of itself is wild. That in and of itself is absolutely wild. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Look at the Tom Green Show. The Tom Green Show started as cable access in, like, Canadian public television. But I think in Canada, if you ask to be on TV, they basically have to let you be on TV. It's just like one of their unwritten bylaws. Oops. Trying to go around this way, and that didn't work. But yeah, basically, if you want to be on TV, so does AVF with Bob count as a reaction show? America's Funniest... you know, that's a good question. I always thought that he was fantastic on America's Funniest Home Videos. Yeah, you've got a live studio audience, so probably. We have that rule too, or did. No, any idiot with a cell phone gets to make content. They don't have to ask anyone, they just do. Sometimes not exactly for the best. With middling results, if you will. But like America's Funniest Home Videos, I guess an argument could be made for that. I mean, if an audience is reacting, that's one thing, but there might be a gray area. Nika Fernandez! Thank you very much, my friend. I hope you are doing well today. I hope you're feeling better. Did you have a chance to relax on the weekend? Thank you. Actually, definitely could need that. That's for sure. And also, this is today's shirt. This is today's streaming shirt right here. This is a bad boy. That's today's streaming shirt. You got that right. Absolutely. And like always, if you're not following Nika Fernandez, you absolutely should be following Nika Fernandez. And guess what? There's some SnowRunner right there. There's some awesome SnowRunner content with Nika Fernandez. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. I certainly hope that I do not lead anyone wrong with any of the shout-outs. Right? Which actually reminds me, if you like some old school gaming content, Shock Jockey right there. Last seen playing Donkey Kong Country 3. You haven't played anything new recently. When's the next time you're going live? Or is that going to be like a tonight kind of thing? Because I do, you know, anytime, you know, I give a shout out, anytime that I say, hey, you guys should be following somebody, if I'm not actively engaging in the chat on someone's channel, I'm lurking in the background when I can. And I really, really try to. I really try to pay attention to who's ever going live. I try to pay attention to who's ever streaming, because it's important to me. That's very important to me that, like, I am able to support all these awesome people who also come by here and support me. Probably think tomorrow, I was thinking about giving Spirits Unleashed a good shake. Ooh. Oh, did you ever figure out what you were going to do with the Game Boy? Were you going to try to give that a shot, or how did that play out? Or was that basically like a, like, was it going to work, was it not going to work? And actually, you know what? That reminds me, not that it's the same thing, but Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Did anybody ever watch that? Like, that was a big, big thing once upon a time. Real big thing once upon a time. But I don't think it really got nearly the credit that it did. I thought it was a really, really great... it was a great movie. I think I even saw it in the movie theaters. That was a long time ago, too. That was a really good movie. And everything in it was really cutting edge at the time. Like, that was cutting edge computer graphics. Once upon a time, back in the day. Game Boy Advance works well, but I was thinking that it'd be just as good to emulate it and have a proper capture compared to... That's a very good point. That is a very, very good point. But no, like, when I see you guys go live, and a lot of times it's... a lot of times it's when I'm at work, you know? A lot of times it's when I'm at work, and I can't, like, properly engage with everybody. Like, I will watch Nika Fernandez play Forza, jump into SnowRunner, all of that stuff. And I think it's really fun, and I certainly enjoy it. Oh. Okay, so we can cross here, come over and loop back around. We can do that. So tell you what, we're gonna hop in this thing, we're gonna move it off the side. Or like anybody, you know, anybody who goes live while, you know, I'm stuck doing other things. Even if it's I'm gaming during the afternoon or something like that. I enjoy it. I have fun doing it. Okay, going to a hospital to stop Dr. Heckle from killing Peps in my name and to find a painter. Dishonored 2 for those. Oh, okay. Man, I gotta play that game so I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a friend of mine who, well, I have a friend of mine who is a huge fan of that series. And I want to say, wasn't there a collector's edition of that game where you could purchase the collector's edition and it came with a duplicate or like a replica of Corvo's mask? Was that the game itself, or did you have to find something like separate from the game? All right, so that's going to go all the way across over there, and I think, yeah, let's. So we haven't repaired the log bridge yet, which is probably something we should consider doing. Yeah, that's what I think so too. I'm pretty sure that there was. Oh, and you know what? We do have the... Oops. We have the garage opened up on this map. So, realistically, we could send out a fuel truck and bail ourselves out of any particular issue that may arrive. I really like these series of paths and trails and everything else. It's so cool. And there's some unique new pieces of cargo that we basically have to pick up. Hey! Big, what's going on? How are you doing this evening? What's shaking? I hope you're doing well today. Happy Monday. Back from yesterday. Well, yesterday was Sunday, though. Today's Monday. Doing pretty good? Awesome to hear. Very awesome. I'm trying to figure out which way... And then we'll go across there. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Friday, exactly. I remember. Oh, totally remember. Don't you worry about that. We're here playing some SnowRunner this afternoon. Or technically this evening. It is this evening. Alright, so technically I guess I want to go... Yeah, we'll just kind of leave the road behind. Now look at all those cool, like, wildflowers and stuff like that. I don't like how some of these trucks actually get hung up and get stuck. I got lucky and get school off because roads were too slippery. Yeah, you know what? It snowed last night into this morning, and it actually snowed this afternoon here. And then it was kind of like freezing rain, I want to say. Ooh. Yeah, it was like freezing rain on the way home from work this afternoon. So, party all around. But then again, I've got a Jeep and really wasn't too particularly concerned. And that Jeep has very good tires on it. So, they're like brand new. They're winter-rated off-road tires. Because a lot of times, off-road tires are actually not good in winter and snow conditions. Believe it or not. Like, they're good if you have, like, snow drifts to go driving through and there's, you know, multiple inches of snow on the ground. But in terms of, like, an actual snow tire, off-road tires or all-terrain tires are not typically very good. Alright, so we're gonna go and we're gonna bring the fuel to the aeropuerto. Oh wow, this place is kind of neat. I don't think I've actually really been through here. This is definitely kind of cool looking. I wonder if this is going to create like a refueling station. I mean, it's really kind of neat. The helicopter over there. All right, you made it. Fuel station is okay. So we made a fuel station. We repaired or did whatever we needed to do. You made it. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Either way, we're already expecting our first plane to come in, thanks to you. Oh, and feel free to use the fueling pump we have here if you need it. So yeah, where is the fuel station? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. Okay. That's kind of neat, actually. All right, we're gonna go make use of that. And then we're going to figure out what else we're going to do. See, that's a big metal coil thing right there. Delivered to the power transformers in the Heartland. Metal beams. Okay, so let's take a look at what we can do now and what we have the opportunity to do. Okay. So, eco action. Chemical barrels. And that's in the Institute. Supply recovery. Oh, that's all about... Man, this is some weird stuff. Delivered to the sorting terminal warehouse, 2 fuel barrels. Burning bridges. Okay, visit collapsed bridge. Oh, it's in the Institute. Okay, so let's go check out the Institute. Collapsed bridge. Oh. Okay, so we go and we look at both sides, and then we have to deliver 3 concrete slabs to the airport, and we gain access to... Okay. Okay. So I forget what this was over here. Oh, this was our warehouse location. Yeah, that was where we would refuel and refit. So concrete slabs. Where can we pick up concrete slabs? Oh, we might have to make concrete slabs. That's right. Yep, there we go. Medium pipes, cabin, metal beams, metal rolls. No. Concrete slabs. Oh, truck with crane is recommended. Aha. So that means it's chances are we're going to have to bring a trailer with us to... Okay. Do we have a vehicle that's close by? No. We don't need this here. At some point, we got to fix the log bridge right there as well. Collapsed bridge is in the Institute. Go to the Institute. We've got trucks over here. This stuff is right here. Yeah, all of my vehicles are in right over there. That's that right over there. I thought I had something closer. I really thought I had something closer, but apparently I don't. So that's got consumables and only 4 metal beams. At some point, I'm going to have to figure out, like, what's over in that corner down there. So why don't we send one of these guys right here? Yeah, let's hop over here. Musk! Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right with that. How are you doing today? How was I hope the weekend was good. I hope you're doing good. I hope everything is going quite fantastic with you. And you know what? This is actually going to be the perfect truck for it. The GMC is outfitted for lumber. So this works. This works. We can try to see what we can do about this. I do like the Voron Grab. This is actually a really nice truck. I also like the really cool Raven-themed paint scheme that was on this thing, which I thought was pretty neat too. All good here? Awesome. Very good to hear that. Okay. Have I gone this way? I think I've gone this way. Yeah, why not? I'll go that way. We'll go this way. Hey, what's up, Loader? How are you this afternoon? Hope everything is going quite well. Just kind of goofing around. We're doing that truck thing today. That's what we're doing. Usually we do Skyrim. We haven't done Skyrim in a little bit, and I do say that I need to bring back the broke down and played a little of the new map today. Very good, very, very good. And we get 2 new maps. We get where this one has 4, and we get spoiled by the 4 fairly large size maps that we have here. The next one is I think it's Canada, and the theme is firefighting, and that's pretty much all I know right now. There's been a lot of public test server stuff that has popped up on various SnowRunner pages and things like that, but I haven't paid too much attention to it. Mostly, I don't want to have too much in the way of spoilers, especially when it comes to the maps and the map design. I want to be completely surprised when it comes to rolling into a map and having no idea where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to initially do, and just figuring it out like a giant puzzle is essentially what it winds up being. And it's funny too when you think about it that way, because it's a truck driving simulator. You're driving off-road trucks through mud and other inclement terrain, but With that said as well, let's see. Aiden is best. Hello, how are you? What's going on? How is everything? All right, how deep does this go? Okay, nope, that doesn't go too deep, so we're in pretty good shape there. We're heading to a bridge to go check it out. That's what we're doing. What are you doing? And we're using the Voron Grad. I love this truck. Good, just chilling in. Awesome, very good. Chilling in a box. Yeah, when does Hogwarts release, actually? That's soon, right? That's like really soon. There's been a lot of people who are excited about the new Hogwarts game. I don't know if I'm interested enough to play it, but I will probably definitely watch other people play it. And that's usually what ends up happening when there's a game that I like and I'm curious about. February 10th. Okay, that's cool. There you go. Even better. That's good to hear, dude. Don't even tell me we're gonna have to go fishing blocks out of the river like this. Probably, but that's fine. Took my first payout, invested in. Oh, there you go. Anytime that happens here, it's either for new equipment, like my laptop, that was an investment, capture cards, consoles, new games, stuff like that, memory for the laptop, just all the stuff that it takes to keep things. It all goes back into what I'm doing, and every little bit makes every little bit better. And I like that I needed a laptop. I upgraded the capture card, got the Xbox console to be able to play Forza on Fridays with everyone. There's a lot of fun stuff like that it definitely all goes towards things like that. All right. Okay, so that's one side of the bridge. I really wish that we were able to repair a lot of structures like this, but it's good to hear that you got it. That is very good to hear. Is there like a special pre-order version or some kind of special version? A lot of times, I never know when there's like a special edition of a game or something like that until it just drops. I will tell you, however, I did pre-order the Space Marine game, Space Marine 2. I can't believe it's already nighttime. I've spent the whole day changing phone numbers in accounts and calling medical people to ride herd on the grueling process demanded by Medicare. Oh, you get the deluxe version because you're supposed to have a 3-day early. Okay. And a mount. Okay. That's cool. That is very cool. So, I ended up paying for the early access version of Back 4 Blood. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay. So, deliver these to the airport. Now I gotcha. The early access edition of Back 4 Blood really wasn't worth it. And I kind of feel that that game in general really wasn't worth it. Back 4 Blood, not really a great game. Just all in all, not exactly a really good game. It's not that it was terrible, it's just that it wasn't very good. And I'm pretty sure that if Relic were here, he would certainly have his input on the matter. So glad I waited to watch you and Puma. Yeah, it's unfortunate too, because it looked like it had promise, and a lot of games like that, you know what does it well? Vermintide 2 does it well. Vermintide 2 is a phenomenal horde-style game, and Nurgle is actually basically like spot on when it comes to things like zombies. So Nurgle and zombies are basically synonymous. All right, so we got to go to the airport, which is back over. Is it in Harvest Corp? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so we're going to have to take it, we're going to have to loop around because... Yeah, because we haven't repaired this bridge yet. New World, that looks fun too. That looks fun. I'm switching to Google Voice, which seems to actually work better than me typing and far better than Microsoft's version. Yeah, you know, honestly, Google Voice and their voice stuff actually does really, really good. So I found a briefing on DC Universe Online, and it was about the villain Parasite, and there's a reference to it can eat a Studebaker, can eat a Kryptonian like Kal-El. What? All right, that's not... We need another trailer, too. So, potentially... Do we have a trailer over here? I don't think we had a trailer over here. No, we don't have a trailer over here. I think there's a trailer store around here somewheres. But we have to open it up. That's okay. Alright. So let's kind of get... Yet again, we'll go back across over here. So we can head back to... This truck actually does really, really, really good when it comes to crossing back and forth over this. Grinding up my secondary skills. Okay. I've just been playing a lot of Darktide in my off time. Darktide has been a fantastic game. And it's not to say that it doesn't have its flaws. It has massive, glaring flaws. But what Darktide does really good, it does really, really, really good. And what Darktide does poorly, it does really, really, really poorly. Jay Bravo fan, how are you this evening? What's going on, my friend? But yeah, Darktide is a great game that has the potential to being a phenomenal game. But it is falling into the regular trap of its game designers. Where Vermintide 2 is a really, really, really great game now, but it was not the game it was at launch. Doing well, expanded the PlayStation 1 collection by 2 games. Which games did you get? Which games did you get? I don't even know what happened to my original PlayStation. That thing has gone the way of the dodo bird. Test Drive 6 and Battle Tanks Global Assault. I remember Test Drive 5. Test Drive 5 was one of my absolute favorite games to play. The soundtrack to Test Drive 5 was unbelievably good. And it had the special car that you could get that had the Fear Factory logo all over it. I watched a lot of people play Modern Warfare 2, and it just isn't for me. I like COD because, yeah. So, because Modern Warfare 2 does not have a zombies mode, it has no zombies mode whatsoever, it leaves a lot on the table for content, to be perfectly honest with you. I like it because it plays better than Cold War. It plays way better. The gunplay is way better. The upgrade system is way better. It's just, for me, mechanically, it's better all the way around. It's just lacking in maps, and it's lacking in any, like, substantial outbreak mode or zombie mode or anything like that. Did the band Red Hot Chili Peppers really release the same album 11 times with nobody noticing? They basically sound the same. Yeah, the Red Hot Chili Peppers does sound the same significantly. Totally forgot that officially DC Universe Online 12th birthday was it. DC Universe Online. I thought it was way older than 5 years old. All my powers are now maxed. Now all runes in the future will be turned into crafting stuff. Yeah, the PvE, I really enjoyed the PvE because you didn't have to sit there and you didn't have to do something like Warzone. I don't like Warzone because Warzone slots itself right in with games like Apex, with Fortnite, with the big Battle Royale style. Oh, 12. Okay, I read that backwards. My bad. I totally read that backwards. See, it's numbers. It's numbers all over again, and I'm like, herpa-derpa-derpa-derp. All right. So I think, actually, you know what? I have a truck that is right by the airport that's got a trailer, or I could just use this and the trailer. I've got options. Yeah, I got DC Universe Online when it first released, and back when DC Universe went live, that game was Mathematicalist Monday. You are 100% correct. Yeah, I don't... DC Universe Online, when it was first released, was... it was a monthly subscription, believe it or not. And one of the games that I really, really liked, what map is the second track? So you actually have to do, Bulldogger, you actually have to do kind of a couple of, you need to do a couple of things before you can actually get the task to unlock the tractor. But as far as where it's located, so you get the garage right here. It's on Heartlands, and I can show you exactly where you get it if you want me to. It's just that you need to go through a bunch of tasks before you actually unlock it. I get a bunch of trailers and stuff all over the place. Do I have more over here? No, those aren't trailers. Those are houses. But yeah, the garage is right over here. Where's our... oh, that's our production site. That's what that is. There's like a bunch of stuff that you actually have to do. Hey! Thank you very much for the follow. Jima. What's going on? Not too much. We're just kind of we're sort of doing stuff. We're trying to transport some concrete slabs right now. They still have the subscription, yes, but you don't have to have a subscription for it. But it's not pay to play. Exactly. So it gives you more stuff. I love the opening, the garage on the map with the run. Yes. Yep. So that one was actually pretty fun. So let's keep going with this. So we've got actually 2 more concrete slabs that we have to go for. And we can actually do that with our trailer that is connected to an Azov over here. So we have options.
Oh, no, not the beast!
J-Stu!
Not the beast! Ah!
Not the bees indeed, my friend. What is shaking? What is going on? How is everything? All right, so this is, yeah, that's our Azov right there. Been intrigued about this game. It's like off-roading oriented, or more like... So here's the thing. Pull the trigger on the Lego set? Okay. So here's the thing. Jay, it is... Think of it like an off-road trucking simulator. But you can play this game however you want. You can rebuild bridges. You can clear roadblocks. You can do various different tasks and things around. You level up. You unlock components for your trucks. You find new trucks. There is a whole fleet of trucks that you can, in fact, unlock. The base game has 3 regions, and then each year pass gives you an additional 4 separate regions, which have anywhere from 2 to 4 maps of varying different sizes on them. This is the final DLC for year 2. They just released to the public test server a year 3. So there is lots of content for this game. And if you get this game, you are going to be very busy with it for a long time. I love trucks. I love off-road stuff. You can, any one of these 4 maps right here, say we'll go to Harvest Corp. So we're in Harvest Corp right now. We can drive all over this map. We don't even have to have a destination or a location that we're going to. Instead, we're transporting these concrete slabs over to the airport. And eventually, when we finish doing that, it's actually going to open up a warehouse for us to be able to get additional components from the warehouse and use them for building other things. Possibly a trailer store or different services like fuel and a service station or anything like that. But the physics of this game are fantastic. The mud graphics, the water graphics, everything looks phenomenal. The music is really low-key and sedate. But what's really cool as well, this is a co-op game up to 4 players. So you and 3 other individuals can play this game. It is fully cross-platform. We're talking Steam on the PC, the Epic Game Store on the PC, Xbox, PlayStation. So, yeah, you've got options with this. And I highly recommend this game to anybody who actually has any passing interest in stuff like this. Just to give you an idea, and I know a lot of other people here know more about this game, but check this out. Exactly, it very much is, and it really makes it into a fun game. So if you look up at the very top up there, you see how it says the Glades on the upper right-hand corner? That's Tennessee. We only got a single map in Tennessee. Maine has 2 maps. The Dawn region has 2 maps. Now we're getting into the Year 1 DLC. This is Amor. This is probably some of the most wildest DLC this game has ever released. We've got Wisconsin, 2 maps. We've got Yukon, 2 maps. The Kola Peninsula, 2 huge maps. Then the base game is Tamir, 4 maps. Alaska, 4 maps. And Michigan, 4 maps. So the amount of content, and it's not like they... All right, check this out. This is the first map that you're in, and we'll just kind of... This autumnal landscape right here is huge when you're driving around it for the first time. I will always recommend this game to anybody who even has like a remote and passing interest in it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a game about patience. It's not about racing to the finish line. So if you want to get a truck, try any truck that you like. Do you like Ford? Do you like Chevy? Do you like Freightliner? Freightliner, international trucks. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that you can dive right into with both feet. Each map basically. Unfortunately, they don't have those, but they kind of have close amalgamations of them, and there is a very strong modding community. So if you don't see something that you want to use in this game, and I highly recommend that you actually play the base game and play a bunch of the base game before you actually get into downloading any of the mods for it, because the game is just fun as it is. Like, we've got Caterpillar. We got a big Caterpillar 745C. I am right now in the Glades. This would be the Belozersk Glades, Central Asia, as by the very top right there. This is Harvest Corp. So with this DLC, this is the last DLC of year 2. So it's been a lot of fun. This is some return to form, basically. And each DLC cycle will have a different theme to it. Currently, this particular DLC cycle is focused on farming. So you can actually, much like, well, it's sort of a double-edged sword. Much like Farm Sim, you can plant a field, you can cultivate a field, and then you can harvest the field. It's not nearly as refined as Farm Simulator is. We got logging in one of the DLC cycles. Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, depending on what platform you're on, the base game is free on Game Pass, and there's a bunch of DLC outside of the regular DLC cycles. So, like, you can get different truck packs, you can get different truck skins, and there's even paid DLC truck packs, and they're only a handful of dollars a piece. They're all worth it. They're all fun in their own different, unique way. You've got PlayStation. I don't know if it's on PlayStation Plus Premium. It may be. It may potentially be. All right, so we're going to take that one there. Les Plays, how are you doing? What's going on? So what I'm going to do, I think, is... yeah, I'm going to spin around. I'm going to fill up at the airport again. I was just going to get it on my PC, but I'll check PlayStation Store first. Okay. Yeah, if you have access to... going good, my dude. We are most excellent. Very good to hear. Glad to hear that. Yeah, it has wheel support. Aiden, thank you very much for the follow, dude. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, if you get it for the PC, there are slight differences with the PC. Like, it's easier to... so check this out. You've got a winch. So when we attach a winch, we basically... For me on the PlayStation, because I'm on the PlayStation, I'm using a controller, I have to manually scroll through every single winch point on my truck. With a mouse and keyboard, or with a mouse and a wheel, you can basically just click on the point that you want to connect it to. Yeah, I personally like the controller better. A lot of people really enjoy the steering wheel, and you can go first-person view, and each one of these trucks are actually like carbon copies of their real-world counterpart. There is actually like officially licensed games, or officially licensed trucks for this game. Like Caterpillar, you can do the Ford F-750. For American Trucking Sim, I have a one-handed keyboard I use for hotkeys. Okay, very cool. PS5 controllers, I like it. Yeah, I like, honestly, and truthfully, PlayStation 5 compared to the Xbox controller, I am still a huge fan of the PlayStation controller. I think this isn't a bad controller. I still like the feel and the weight and the layout of the PlayStation controller over the Xbox controller. It also feels better. The PlayStation controller feels significantly better the way that the weight is distributed in my hands, because it feels like the haptic feedback, the triggers, it's got the adaptive triggers, or the like if you're playing Call of Duty, and you pull the trigger on this thing, depending on what kind of gun you're using, you're going to have a different trigger pull and a different trigger feel. The internet doesn't want to broadcast the Wi-Fi now. Luckily, I got my Xbox. Okay. So did you try resetting the Wi-Fi, or what did you end up doing? The only thing is, the game does have still, after basically 2 years, we're going into our 3rd year. April will be year 3 for this game. It came out originally in April of 2020. And they've been very diligent about continuing to put out really great content for this game. And I think it's one of the best vehicle games that are out there. And I play Forza Horizon 5. We play Forza Horizon 5 here every Friday with viewers. Anybody who wants to jump in can also jump in. That's what the Xbox controller's there for. Because we do, in fact, play Xbox in addition to PlayStation 5. But Thursday nights we'll do co-op nights with, not sure, my dad tried to do something to give us more connection or something, and now it's throwing... Okay, so did he disconnect anything? Because if you actually do not connect it in the right order, like, look up online, just right from your phone, just Google powering up and powering down a Wi-Fi modem, or powering down a modem and Wi-Fi. So unless you have 2 separate units, or Hawaii map would be cool. I heard rumors, guess we're just, what do we get? We get Canada. We get Canada coming up next. Hawaii would be cool, though. Can you imagine volcanoes in Hawaii? Oh, it'd be so cool. That would be so cool. You're Canadian? What part of Canada? East or west? I am on the east coast of New England. Lava and palms. Oh, like giant lava fields. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool. And Jay, it is very nice to meet you, my friend. I am Storm of Iron, ever which way you would decide to refer to me as. Appreciate you being here, appreciate you following. Ontario, so east. Okay. What on earth is this over here? Did we get this already? Yeah, of course we did, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. Those are the watchtowers. So we need to get some more fuel. So we're going to get some fuel, and then we're going to head back the other way, and then we're going to go pick up those other 2 blocks. I know some friends who are in Western Canada. Yeah, we used to play World of Warcraft together. What's the big one in Western Canada? Because I'm currently drawing a blank on it. Oh, you know what? We could use that thing to do it. Storm is chatty patty. That's why I like, stuff about stuff. Vancouver, British Columbia. It's Calgary. Calgary, right? Calgary's in Western Canada. All right, so we're all filled up. Yes, Bliss Plays, I am very chatty. You are 100% correct, my friend. Oh, do we have another task that just opened up? What is this? Down the hatch. One of our drivers missed the right turn while crossing the river nearby and managed to drop some of our cargo into the water. Could you fetch them for us? It's not too much trouble. What? Holy crap. Good old Alberta, home of the Stampede. That's in Alberta. Okay. Well, Major Nuts, how are you doing, my friend? Looks like we got a raid coming on in, folks. How is everybody doing? The ever awesome, ever wonderful, ever fantastic Sergeant Rusty. One of the coolest, nicest SnowRunner players. I had the opportunity to, like, I think you rated our channel first once upon a time, way back in the day. I honestly can't say enough good things about this wonderful individual. Here you go. Check it out. That's Sergeant Rusty. Well, not the dinosaur effigy right there. That looks like 7 Days to Die. You can play so many different games, and it's awesome. But last seen playing No Man's Sky. That is an awesome game, and anybody who doesn't play or hasn't played No Man's Sky, you owe it to yourself to give No Man's Sky a go. And if you want to check out some gameplay, go watch Sergeant Rusty. There's some deep dives into all kinds of cool stuff, and you found a royal multitude, dude. So I have like the tiniest of like bases, home bases. You have like cities that you are building. Your creations just become these sprawling locations, and I lurk from time to time because a lot of times you're going while I'm at work, so I just kind of lurk in the background and stuff like that, and I really enjoy it. And even on the weekends when you're gaming, I definitely lurk on the weekends. But it is always so cool to see all the neat stuff that you're up to. And you do a variety of games, and it is very awesome to pop in and check out all the stuff that you do. But one of the original, very awesome, I mean for them to start small, but they always take on a life of their own. You are not wrong, my friend. That is the way that it always tends to happen. Without fail. Alright, so tell you what, we're gonna go over here and we're just gonna cut across, I think, that spot. That's the spot we're gonna go. But yeah, you have an enjoyable time. And you're always slugging back those Monster energy drinks. How? I have no idea. I tried stopping drinking energy drinks a long time ago, but every now and again, somebody's like, oh, you gotta try this one. It's a really great flavor. And Relic always talking about the orange creamsicle monsters. And it's like, why do these things have to be so freakishly good? Way too good. Way too good. But, Jay, if there is ever a community that you would ever want to be part of, it is most assuredly the SnowRunner community. Because every channel that you turn to on Twitch, Sergeant Rusty being one of them, and a lot of people in Sergeant Rusty's channel, and Major Nuts, how are you doing, my friend? What is new with you? What's going on? How has things been? There are so many resources that you can get for assistance, or tips, or hints, or tricks, or anything. You're the first I found that was English? Okay. Yeah, because this is a global game, my friend. This is absolutely a global game. There are so many people around the world who truly enjoy this thing. Can't help myself. I save them so I can drink them during the stream. Aha! Oh, man. That's great, though. Oop, that's a tree. But yeah, we've got Russian trucks, we've got American trucks, we've got trucks from all over the place that, you know, Tatra. We've got Tatra trucks that we can use, and all of this stuff is, well, the grand majority of the vehicles in this game, probably a good 60% of the vehicles at minimum are probably branded vehicles, like Western Star, Caterpillar. This is an Azov. This is a 73-210. This is a really versatile vehicle because we can have a crane, we can have a bed, we can tow a trailer, and you'll learn the different configurations that you can and can't actually kind of use and make use of. This actually, check this out. So we've even got different suspension modes. So where the truck is down like that, then we hit that, and it's got like a hydraulic style suspension where it will raise the truck up for more ground clearance. There are certain trucks that have that. There are certain trucks where you just get a lift kit and it just gets bigger. You want a Chevy CK 1500, like a 1990 pickup truck? That's in the game. Yep. So when you kind of get a little bit closer, or you hit the menu and stuff like that, you'll actually see the fuel sloshing around. It is measured in liters, or you can do gallons, depending on which you're more comfortable with. And the cool thing is, too, all these gauges on the dash, They all work. All these gauges work, so check this out. See the tachometer? That does that. I don't think... So, it says mud right there, but I think that's just the default that it hits. But it's all kinds of neat stuff, and I would highly recommend this game, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite games to play, and I have easily over 1,500 hours. Okay, so, yeah, check this out. Right behind me, right over here, hold on, I'll show you. Where is it? This just makes it easier, so I don't want to kind of... Oh, there it is. Okay, check this out. Behind me, so you can see directly below the fuel, there's tires, fuel tank, engine, transmission, and suspension. So with that, we can show the damage of all of these different suspension components. Depending on the style of truck that you have, these tires right here, these wheels, can take 50 points of damage before you have a tire that will rupture. If that happens, you need to, let's see, this truck doesn't have any spare tires on it. So if you have a tire puncture, you either have to limp it back to a repair point, or there are trucks that have repair points and spare tires on it. You can actually have different add-ons for the vehicles, and you can bring repairs to yourself. So if you say you don't want to recover a vehicle back to the garage, so you're in another map, you've had multiple tire blowouts, your engine has a significant amount of damage, and you have a truck that's got a lot of cargo on it. On one map, the concrete block will... Oops. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, concrete blocks, things like that. There's all kinds of different stuff that can happen in this game. But say you've got a truck that's got all kinds of different cargo that you're trying to get to a location, and you run out of fuel, or something has happened to that particular truck, and you need to get it back up and running again. You can send your own repair truck out there. You can send a truck that's got a van body, or it's got, fuel. You've got fuel trailers, all kinds of trailers, all kinds of different stuff. And actually, so here's what we'll do. Because I think we have a garage on this map. No, we don't. Hold on. All right, let's boot this garage. It shows up where you got to drive to. Yeah, so yeah, you're trying to do stuff, and so you want a good rundown of all the different trucks that are in the game. Actually, we can do the truck store. So because it separates it by zone, so there's the American zones and then the so-called Russian zones. Russian-style trucks are only available in the Russian zones for purchase, but that doesn't mean that you can't use them on American maps. Like we've got all kinds of. This looks like a Maz, or this is a truck out of like the Dakar Rally. So there's a lot of stuff that looks like military trucks, like big haulers, big truckers, little stuff. On Sentinel is, I think that's what the Toyota, the Helix, is supposed to be modeled after. Con Loaf. It looks like a Supra. Yes, of course it does. Tractors. We've got two different tractors because this particular DLC deals with farming. More on that later. We've got massive trucks like the Kolobs, the Bandit off-road, all kinds of different smaller configurations, larger configurations. These are the Tatra line of trucks right here. And Tatra is actually one of the oldest truck manufacturers, and they have a very unique suspension and chassis configuration. And if you actually read up on it, more power to you, because it's really, really neat. The Tega, which actually isn't the real name of the truck. If you go online and you punch in Tega 6436. You'll see the real truck that it's based on, and it's a spinning image of this truck right here. The Tuz Warthog, different scout vehicles. We've even got something that looks like an armored APC. The Vorons, which are also based off of something else. 6605. Does the Bandit truck is always... No. No, it isn't. So then we get into the American trucks. So we've got the ANK MK38, which is a military truck. The civilian version of the military truck. The Aramatsu Forester, which is like an actual legitimate piece of forestry equipment. Caterpillar 745C, which is a massive piece of equipment. The 770G Caterpillars, CT681, CT680, Caterpillar Telehandler, Chevy 1500, Chevy Kodiak, Chevy Apache, the Derry Longhorn. These are basically, these would be your Oshkosh. So the Oshkosh truck manufacturer didn't license their name to this game, so you've got the Derry Longhorn instead. Ford, big highway cab over, Ford F750, Freightliner, GMC Brigadier, GMC MH9500. You got a Hummer H2, old International Harvester, the Fleet Star, the HX520, old Lodestar 1700, Paystar 5070, International Harvester Scout. So that's like a 68 Scout. No, the H1 isn't in this, but you get the H2. International cab over. Jeeps, we get a Jeep DLC pack right here. We've got the Land Rover pack right here. Navistar, this truck right here, the Navistar 5000 MV, was actually a pre-order bonus that I got when I got it from Best Buy. Pacific, if you're Canadian and you saw logging trucks, chances are you saw the big Pacific P12, P16, massive logging trucks. Pacific P512, at least it's not the H3 or the H4 EV. No, the H3 was kind of a joke because it was based on like a Colorado. But actually, if you didn't know, the H3 Alpha took Peterson's Off-Road Truck of the Year. And that's because it was an H3 with a 5.3 liter V8 stuffed into that thing. Paystar, Rezvani. If you're familiar with Rezvani, those are wild trucks. The Royals, these are the DLC Western Star truck packs right here. Dudo Kid, thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate that. The Western Star truck packs were really cool. White Western Star, that was a great truck, and the Western Star 6900 Twin Steer is also an awesome truck. Now I need to get back to figuring out where on earth was I when I kind of went off the rails in doing the thing I was doing. Bless Plays, thank you. Caterpillar, we wanted to go to... Okay, so we needed to go to the Institute. To the Institute, to the Azov 73210. It's a ton of trucks. It is a ton of trucks, and you can purchase or find or unlock all of them. Well, except for the paid DLC trucks. But like the Western Star truck pack was called the Wolf Pack, and you got like 3 different trucks with that. Also, for a year, the year 2 or the anniversary thank you pack, you get the International HX 520. You get the Caterpillar CT681, and I think one more truck, and they were free. They gave them to you for free as a big thank you for playing the game, and that's kind of what they do. So when you get different DLCs, sometimes you will get skins, sometimes you will get, various different. In addition to the trucks, you get paint schemes. And they're pretty cool. They are pretty cool. This one has one that looks like a giant cobra, so it's kind of neat. So we're going to go along, and we're going to try to pick up the 2 more concrete slabs, which are right over here. So if we just head right over here, we'll pick up the 2 concrete slabs, and then I don't know what... Oh, that's just a piece of equipment. So yeah, we'll just keep going, pick that stuff up. Be good to go. Some trucks, like this one, it's got the rear wheel steering. Just started playing this game. I'm really into it, but I don't know much about trucks. Well, that's the great thing, that you don't really need to know. Jim Train, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate the follow. You don't really need to know a lot about trucks, but it can definitely kind of teach about it. Like, what sorts of things do you feel that you need to know about trucks or about this game to make your experience just a little bit better? Because we've got the information right here. There's a ton of information available, and it's pretty fun. I'm a car guy by heart normally. This game just really feeds into all of that. Like, the Chevy CK1500 from the beginning that you get right in the tutorial, you get two trucks right from the tutorial, the GMC 9500 and the Chevy CK1500. You get to find different differential. You get the differential lock unlocked. You get the suspension kits, the different engines, all kinds of stuff. And as you level up, you can add more to it. So instead of just a regular pickup truck, you can put the cargo in the back, like repair points and stuff like that, so you can actually refuel and repair along the way. And that truck right there, it's definitely a 1990 because it has the half moon style gauges. I get stuck in heavy mud all the time. I just found out I can use the all-wheel drive pickup. Yes, exactly. So the GMC is going to be a highway truck. Have you found the garage yet? Have you found the first garage in Black River, Michigan? Because that should give you your third truck, which is an International, which will have an all-wheel drive upgrade basically right beside it. I found a Fleet Star that has no bed. Okay, so what you do... I wish I could be on SnowRunner. I'm at work. Ah, Charles the Joker. That is unfortunate. Thank you for popping by, though. Hope you're doing all right this evening. So check this out. Anytime you find a vehicle that's completely broken down, what you can do is, you see how it says recover right up there? As long as you're playing the base game, and as long as you're not on hardcore mode, you can recover the truck back to the garage after you've discovered the garage. When you're in the garage, that's when you do the upgrade portion. So because that truck is sitting right next to the all-wheel drive upgrade, what you would do is, and here I'll show you, because it's easier to show you than it is to kind of explain without actually having any way to. So we're in the Institute. We'll go to, okay. So you're going to be in the garage. You're going to have a truck, and I'll go right from the beginning. So check this out. We'll go to the truck store. Say we want, and I would have to go to a different location for some different stuff. So how about Vorongrad? We'll have the Vorongrad. So this is the truck. Like, say that this one was the International. So we would go to customize, and all the way down the bottom here is frame add-ons. And these are the different attachments and implements that you can actually buy to put on the back of this truck. Flatbed is going to be your go-to. The sideboard bed is a little bit more expensive, but the benefit of the sideboard bed is it prevents cargo from tipping off the side if you were to go on too much of an angle. So say we'll take the flatbed. So buy the flatbed. Now we have a truck with a flatbed. So you can drive to a cargo loading zone, and it will automatically load the cargo for you. If we want to do something like purchase a differential lock, it's going to be here. With the International, you're going to have to install the four-wheel drive. You can change the suspension. So if you find the suspension, the raised suspension, you can install the raised suspension for it. Raised suspension, what that's going to allow you to do is actually put larger sized tires on the vehicle, because the taller the tire, the better you are going to be at getting through deep mud. But there's a catch. Yeah, we've got tall highway tires, right? But you're going to have to level up some more to be able to get to the all-terrain tires. You're going to have to level up even further to get to the off-road tires, and then the end-all be-all is the really aggressive mud tires. The mud tires, and just like it says right up there, off-road, on-road, all of that stuff. But there's an even bigger kicker. Check this out. You want to go to Alaska? You've got chain tires. You can do chain tires front and rear. That's going to take care of any issues on the ice that you might have slipping around. So it's all kinds of stuff like that. The different winches, each different winch will eventually, so you've got a longer winch, you've got a more powerful winch, or you've got the final winch that does both of that very well. The spare tire I was telling you about earlier that sometimes you might need. And don't discount a snorkel on a truck, because you know what that does? It allows you to go through deep water. So that's your air inlet. And if that air inlet is above the line of the water and your truck still has traction, you can go forward. But if it's right down here like that, you're going to drown. Want to get a snorkel on my 4Runner? Yeah, they make kits. They absolutely make kits. So if you're familiar with trucks and various different things like that, like we've got, all the different transmissions unlocked. I've got all the different engines unlocked. So it's a lot of different stuff that is available to make use of. What did I want to do? Truck store? No. Truck storage. Sell this guy. Sell it back. Wish I could have got one for the factory like that. Yeah. The factory Tacoma with that is actually pretty cool. Back to the 73-210 and back to getting more blocks out. So here's also another interesting little fun fact. Dudo Kid, anytime that you run across a trailer that is anywhere on the map, as long as it's not part of a task or a contract, you can sell that trailer at a trailer store for money. It's something that the game does not tell you, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a quick way. They call it desert air intake now to not encourage water use. Aha. Gotcha. Not snorkel. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because just because you put a snorkel on a vehicle does not mean anytime. And honestly, we've got a Discord here. If you hit !Discord and you want to be part of the Discord, there is an entire section on just SnowRunner. And if you need help with anything SnowRunner related, Vlad, thank you very much, my friend. Electrical problems, yep. So you've got that, right? And if you go through deep water, seals and gaskets are meant to keep your fluids inside. Axle seals are meant to keep your axle fluid inside. They're not really meant to keep water out. There's a viscosity difference, and the oil stays in, the water stays out, but then bad things sometimes happen. So, Vlad, what's going on, dude? How are you this afternoon? All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn this around right here. Finishing up on the Discord. Oh, cool. I'm doing truck things. I am doing truck things today, and I'm having a blast while doing it. The overhaul. So we actually have Vlad to thank for my overhauled Discord, and he's currently in the process of overhauling a separate Discord for another one of our friends. And you, my friend, definitely need all the accolades, because you're doing a damn fine job. You're doing a hell of a job at the things that you do. May do more overhaul if you want. Yeah, dude, I'm happy with I am very happy at what was and has been created for okay, so we took a little bit of damage to the tire and the suspension there, probably because we hit something. I'm very happy at how mine had come out, but Yeah, your overhaul of cats has been bonkers. That has been so wild. Also, I have to get that from over there. So here's that water thing. And that whole thing about the water and about the way that the water looks and just how cool this whole game really looks. I mean, this stuff is so awesome. So we've kind of bogged ourselves down a little bit right here. So we should probably back up and attempt to approach this at a different angle. It's even more overhauled now, and I can do it to that degree for yours too. I will have to check it out because I was looking at the interest categories and how you changed up a lot of that stuff, and it was like, holy moly, this is bonkers. All right, so check this out. This is gonna blow your mind. We've even got a crane arm. So if we want to manipulate cargo, check this out. We're just going to drag this cargo right here. That is a new thing for community service. Oh, okay. May overhaul mine in the format too. Yeah, so do you loot now? What about content that is there for like stuff that was already there? Like say you have a gaming channel and then you want to put one of those community channels in its place. Like, how is that? Does it, you have to start fresh or from nothing? So we go and we pack cargo, which is going to lock it in place. Content is lost. Okay. All right. I gotcha. Okay. But, all right, restore crane. So now we have to get that little piece of cargo that is over the other side. And I think I'm going to try to go fishing from the bank. Instead of mini categories like you have SnowRunner and Forza, yeah. So it all falls under gaming, and then it would break it down. So it basically keeps like all of the gaming in one place, and then it trickles it down from there. There's a forum for gaming, and then each separate. Okay. Yeah, I saw that, and that was actually really, really kind of cool. It definitely is. It definitely is. I do not discount that one bit. That's everything about that looks very impressive. Very, very impressive. And dude, you're doing a phenomenal job on that. Like hands down. Yeah, so there's all that cool water physics and everything else too. I love this game. This game I cannot say enough good things about. And yeah, Jay, if you picked up this game and you even just remotely liked some of the elements that were in this game, I don't think you would have a problem with basically anything. Okay, so that does not look like we can do that. How about, how do we want to do this? I'm just adding the final self-promo Twitch channels to the bot, and then I'll make the complete Okay, cool. You're going to get it for sure. Awesome. Very awesome. And yeah, and anytime that anybody has any kind of question or anything about SnowRunner, by all means, do not be afraid to ask, because you know what? It's important to ask questions. If something about this game doesn't seem right, if you've got a question about this game, if in fact that like you just need pointers or assistance remotely. There is so many people out there on Twitch, in here. I have no problem going through lists of trucks or lending a little bit of, you know, personal experience to any of this stuff. That's just how much of this game that I have played. I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of like easily 1,500 hours of this game. So for better or worse, essentially. Okay, so let's try to fish for this. Hopefully I can get... Oh, we can. Oh, we can. So check this out. It's $26 Canadian. Okay, that's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, so we go down, and then because it's probably easier to lift with this, 50% off until the 19th. There you go. So it's almost like it was meant to be. I successfully got out of bounds. All right. So what we get? Okay, so we've managed to officially winch this thing up and out. Get the 3-year deluxe edition. They have the 3-year out already? Yes, it is. It is free for Xbox Game Pass. You are 100% correct. All right, so let's go put this on this trailer right here. Bought it through the PlayStation app on my phone. I'll download it to PlayStation 5. Awesome. And it, so one thing they did is they released this for the PlayStation 4, and it was out for the Xbox, Xbox One X, I think, was the one that ran alongside the PlayStation 4. So they actually ended up getting a next console generation update. So this has a PlayStation 4 version, and it's got a PlayStation 5 version. So there is that too. All right, so let's kind of swing this bad boy over here. All right, come on, just a little bit. There we go. So we just got to turn this around, drop it in there. It gives you all the DLC trucks. Oh, really? Well, that's kind of cool. Vlad, was Cadix having issues with his stream earlier? Because I noticed him kind of going off and on, off and on. All right, there we go. Okay. So now that's in there. We're going to restore the crane. We are going to... Okay. All right, that's what I thought. I saw him kind of popping on and off, and I was wondering what was going on there. Because he was playing Dark Tide earlier. All right, so we have the trailer attached. All of the cargo is packed in, and now we can go and we can deliver these 2 concrete slabs back to the airport, and that is potentially going to open up our warehouse access, actually. So that'd be kind of cool. Oop. Okay, just trying to check something here. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, I was just noticing some drop frames, but it looks like it was only like a momentary kind of thing. But oddly enough, it looks like my whole internet... I was having internet issues for a while there. Kind of cheated on this and double stacked the one truck and dropped it off. Yeah, you can do that. Didn't want to risk it going through the tunnel. Yeah, sometimes it will... Yeah, it will get kind of goofy on like that. But, I mean, stacking the cargo like that is a completely viable means of doing this. But I had the truck available, so I was like, you know what? The Voron grad was around to do the scouting to check everything out initially. And then I brought the one unit back over. And then we just brought this truck over. Yeah, you can do that too. Anything you could, anything if it fits, it ships. It's just, that's how it goes. If you can make it fit, go for it. I'm just always all over the place, so for me it's just easier to put it in a trailer, to pack it down, lock it in place, and then go from there. I think it's a pain to have to change trucks to refuel from a service truck. Yeah, I don't know. So if you have a truck that has a fuel body on it, and you want to, yeah, it works to a degree, but like I said, because I'm typically all over the place, I kind of want the stuff locked down, not just being held down. But Gastron, no, you're right. When you've got like a service body or a fuel body, and like say that I pull up next to another truck that has a fuel body on it, I have to jump into the other truck to use the fuel body. But any of the fuel that's in the truck itself, I can actually siphon off with the truck that I'm currently driving. So it's a weird bug, and I think they only just fixed the refueling in multiplayer. So like you can actually refuel another player in multiplayer, because there was this weird glitch where sometimes it would prevent you from refueling whatsoever at all. Like if I took this truck and I went to a fuel station and I tried to fill up and it wouldn't let me, you couldn't even get filled up from one of your other trucks or from another fuel body or a trailer or anything like that. And it was a really goofy glitch. But I'm pretty sure that they finally fixed that one at least. So that's kind of a nice step in the right direction. But Gaztron, I hope you are doing good this evening, my friend. Yeah, like if we had a longer trailer and we had the whole crane body, we have a ton of reach and we could put that stuff basically anywhere. But I like the single crane arm. It can pretty much do almost everything the larger crane can conceivably do. So there is that. Oh, and Jay, if you start getting into the DLCs, the night sky on Lake Cove is just totally going to blow your mind. Totally going to blow your mind. It's a beautiful looking game, and the goofy soundtrack that kind of plays in the background is pretty awesome. It's going to be 47 degrees tomorrow. How in the hell? 47 degrees. We just had snow on the ground this morning. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, it's all going downhill from there. It's all going downhill from there. All right, so let's bring the last little bit of concrete slabs over to the airport. And why we're bringing concrete slabs to the airport, I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot that this game doesn't tell you or explain to you. It's basically like, bring this here. Because reasons. But, in addition to, looking at some now, I'll see how the base game is. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. You're going to be at it a while. You're going to be at it for a long while. And I truly hope that you enjoy all of your experiences in this game. Doing okay, but cannot drive for some time. As damaged my neck, cannot... Oh, dude! Are you alright? What happened? I'll take it with the price of natural gas for my house heat this winter. I'll take all the warm days I can get. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's so weird. We had the other Saturday where it was 56 degrees outside. And then tomorrow, like today we had snow. This morning we had snow. We had actually a couple inches on the ground up here. And then tomorrow we've got 47 degrees. So everything is going to melt away. And it's like, okay, I'll take your word for it. It was actually snowing a little bit on the way in, and then it stopped, and then it started snowing again, and then it stopped, and then it turned into freezing rain when I was driving home. So, no biggie. Basically, yeah. Yeah, the only thing that we're missing is monsoons and a swarm of locusts. But that's probably coming, like, you know, in a handful of days anyways. And it's cool, too, because in this game, everything has a unique noise and sound to it. Each truck sounds different. The cargo that you're hauling sounds different. The new... The Cal News? What? Like, look at this. Look at the sun going down. Also, this is our lone driver behind the wheel of a truck. Like, you can see him doing California news. Oh yeah, California's screwed. California's completely screwed. Yeah, they have had more rain than they've known what to do with in any time. I mean, it's utterly bonkers. Dilly D-Max. Why, thank you for the follow. Hope you are doing well this evening. We do not have a Duramax in our Azov 73210, but we've got a big, big diesel motor, I would imagine. You gotta start spell checking there, buddy. You gotta start spell checking. Which way we go? We're taking a right. It's trying to wash man off of California is what I'm gathering. Okay, and now you're trying to type words with an accent. You're trying to go New York with Warsh. Are you trying to Warsh California? You're going New York on California right there. Little horn action. Each truck has a very unique horn to it as well. The suspension in this, you washed your exactly. Exactly. Warsh. That's like, I worked with somebody who used to say water, like water with a D. What is this? Civil War II East versus West? No, it's not. That would be a California versus New York kind of thing right there. All right, let's bring this right round to the aeropuerto. And we're down to about a third of a tank of gas. I have an old injury from when I worked, as I fell off the back of a lorry when the tail lift was... Oh, dude. Ooh. I know exactly what you're saying, and that does not sound like a party. We have Ohio and Florida, so I think we would win. I mean... just place all the chips on Texas and we'll call it a day. Alright. So this is a runway. This is actually kind of neat looking. And as you're driving, you can hear the concrete slabs just kind of chunking and clunking right behind you. It's kind of neat. All right, so... Okay, this is mildly terrifying. This is mildly terrifying right there. Okay. Splendid! Here's your cut for helping with the materials. That was just like really ethereal and really just bizarre. But hey, you know, sometimes this game is like this, so... What do you want? Okay, we've got access to the warehouse. That is the warehouse over there. Okay. So let's hop in the Voron Grad because it's a little bit easier to get around with. And let's see just what the warehouse has available to us right now. Service spare parts, medium planks, vehicle spare parts. Okay, this actually isn't too bad. And that's medium planks. What do we need medium planks for? I have no idea. The parrot demons from Ohio and the drunken gator riding Budweiser drinking Florida man. Yes, because Florida man. Because of course. All right, let's top off that bad boy. And now we get to determine what on earth we are doing next. So, power transformer, metal beams. The only thing is, the really unfortunate thing is we don't have a trailer store out here. That's one of the kind of like big glaring issues. So I don't know. Scrap stalker. See, I'm looking for something that will... Cutting losses. Okay, so that's over there. We're over there. I mean, that's also a log trailer right there. Log bridge there. So, in the Heartlands... Log bridge. So log bridge is going to take 2 medium logs. So there's no medium logs here. So why don't we see what's in the Heartlands for medium logs? All right. So Heartlands, that's Harvest Corp right there. Where are... Okay, so that's the lumber... Oh, that's the lumber mill. Medium logs all the way over there to bring them all the way over to Harvest Corp right over there. That's going to be a bit of a hike. But you know what? You know what can actually probably do it? Tell you what. I have an idea. We have an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but we have an idea. We're going to go, and we're going to use... Oh, crud. So I wanted to use the Aramatsu Forester. We have the medium logging extension, right? I have an idea. So this thing is... Let's buy another one, right? Can we get the Aramatsu Forester from here? I can't remember. Or do we have to go to an American... No, we can't. Okay. Not available in Eurasia. So let's go back to Tennessee. Move it. So this is the type of shenanigans that they actually make us do. All right. See right there. So we buy the Aramatsu Forester. Oh, it's a nice green color. See, these are all the different colors that we can actually customize this thing. Let's make it a goofy color like that. We'll put the bigger engine in. The advanced special gearbox. Tires. Change the tires. The good winch in. Differential lock. And then we want the medium logging extension. Rims we can't change. And we can do goofy stuff too. Bobbleheads. Do you want a bobblehead on the dashboard? No joke, dude. We're going to put a Datsun bobblehead on the dashboard. Exterior stickers. We've got all kinds of... There's a large amount of customization to this game. It's great. Okay, so now we're going to retain that truck. Then we're going to bop back on over to the Heartlands? Was it the Heartlands? I think it was the Heartlands we were just in. So we got to go from the Heartlands. And this is a really unique and interesting little thing that we can do. We can daisy chain trucks together with the winch. Yep, see, so there's our first one. And this is a really strange driving truck. Back to there. What do we do? Oh, there it is. Okay. Leave garage. And there we go. So now we have two trucks that are both capable of pulling trailers. And with these trucks, lagged out, so what map is the other tractor? Oh, did you want to see specifically where it was? Because the other tractor is in the Heartlands. And I can show you exactly where you can find it, too, if you want to know where it is. But I will avoid any spoilers. If you don't want to know exactly where it is. So the cool thing about this is we can attach these vehicles together, right? With this winch to right in the middle of this winch. Okay, so if you find the garage, it's basically right around here. It's right around this portion up here. But you need to complete a task to be able to get it. Let me see if it shows it. It doesn't show it in here, but you effectively need to complete a couple of different tasks to be able to get the different tractor. And actually, there's one engine I'm still lacking on that particular tractor as well. So we got to go to the lumber mill over here. So that basically involves just kind of skippy-bop-a-doing right over there. It's got an interesting tire configuration on it. So this truck has, or this particular piece of equipment has always-on, all-wheel drive. It's got a selectable differential lock. And unfortunately, with the selectable differential locks, you have to have... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. What's wrong with the stream? My bad. I think I popped a tire too. So we're gonna recover real quick, and then we're gonna head back out. Who will blame me? What's up? I'm showing everything is okay on my end. So it's definitely more powerful. Here's the thing, though. The first tractor is the only one that can use the hay bale manipulator. So the first tractor you get can use all of the implements. The second tractor is just significantly more powerful. It's a very, very powerful vehicle. Okay, so we're going to attach the winch from here to here. Now both trucks are up and running. So like if you want to pull stuff around, it's really great at pulling stuff around. The only thing is, if you get the double tires, yeah, it's got great traction straight ahead. It is a bear to try to turn that tractor around a corner. So it makes the double tires very difficult to use in a field. So you really want the single tires to use in a field. It's a really strange kind of situation, unfortunately. Also, what's this? I don't remember this. Also, are we going the right? Yeah, we're going the right direction. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, carrying on. So, this thing here is effectively like a tractor as well, but it's a big skidder, and it's got this really cool manipulator crane arm on the back. And it works out really well for picking up logs that may have been knocked loose. You've lost a cargo after a truck is tipped over. It does a very good job of picking stuff up. So... it's got a decent amount of light going on for it, too. I do like the second tractor. It's a much more modern-looking tractor, but like I was saying earlier, it doesn't have the ability to mount the manipulator for picking up the big hay rolls. So this thing is also very planted because there's not really much in the way of suspension. Like, all of the bouncing is done with the tires, and it's got like a big rocker arm suspension. I think that, well, does the front have rocker arm suspension? I can't tell. It's a pretty, or is it torsion bar? Oh no, that looks like rocker arm in the front and like torsion bar. Unless I can get some light back there. If I can see it in the daylight, I'll be able to have a better idea. But like the suspension on the trucks in here, it's great. You use the Chevy CK1500, you will get the torsion bar front suspension, leaf sprung rear suspension. The Tatras all have that really wild torsion bar setup. It's so cool. It really is so cool. The map is the truck on. The step. The step is on. I'm trying to remember. I think it was in the Institute, like over this area. I think there's like a little house right here, and I think that the step truck is actually over there. Oh yeah, spoilers. But I mean, if you're asking, then, you know. But that's only a vague idea. There's still an engine available for one of the tractors, I think. It's either for the step or the tractor. I can't remember which one it was. There is still areas in this that I have not exactly fully uncovered, because this particular series of maps only gives you one garage. You have to discover the second garage. The third garage needs to be built, and the fourth map doesn't have a garage at all. So you need to actually be very logistically minded about the entire situation. Like, you really have to take into consideration, how are you going to do it? How are you going to approach it? What supply chain do you need for something like that? And that's a lot of how you approach the game too, is early on in Michigan, you've got two maps with a garage, Smithville Dam and Black River, and two areas that do not in fact have a garage, Drummond Island and Island Lake. So where does your supply chain go? How do you refuel and refit your vehicles when you don't have a garage? Do you have a dedicated service truck? Do you have a dedicated fuel truck? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add medium logs. There we go. So now we've got our cargo of medium logs. We changed the truck. And this is basically... So, this entire situation allows us to avoid having to get a trailer. And the interesting thing is, with this map, the trailer store is not how... Like, it's not on our way. The trailer store is not anywhere we want the trailer store to be. So, effectively, we have to kind of get a little creative. So now we're going to mark off... How are we going to do... So what was it? Harvest Corp? Yeah, Harvest Corp has Log Bridge. Start tracking that one. So we want to go Harvest Corp. We're at Heartlands. Okay, Heartlands to Harvest Corp. Harvest Corp is right over there. So we want to go... This may be a little bit of a journey, but it's going to be a fun one. We're going to be okay. All right. That's actually one of the tractors right over here. That's a Kirovitz K700. Okay. And eventually we're probably going to need fuel. So we've got plenty of trucks that are available for effectively support vehicles around here in different locations. So we should be okay. And Harvest Corp does have the garage available to it now. And you can use kind of like a little bit of a cheat. You can use a trailer store as a secondary, like, refueling, retrofitting location. So... Now the big question is, can we get through here? Or, well, not this particular location, but there are other... Yeah, because this thing does not have the ability to get through deep water. So... it's going to get interesting. Well, it'll be interesting at the very least of things. Pop it up into high gear. Maybe we'll save some fuel. And we'll just kind of putter right along. They're stable. They're just a little bit more on the slow side. So this is like a vehicle that you would have in support of other vehicles. Flavio Souza! What is going on, my dude? How are you doing? What's new? It is so good to see you. How is the rather cool photography that you've got going on? Because I'm pretty sure I found you on some other social media there. I use a few trucks and the garage. Oop, crap. So anytime we stall the truck, we need to reconnect our winch. Use a few trucks and the garages to use as fuel trucks. Yeah, there's that, and you can also use trailer stores as fuel depots. I hope all is going well with you, Flavio Souza. Our good friend Cadix seems to be doing fantastic as well, and I am eternally grateful for you for introducing us to him and it has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Going great. I was actually passing by just to thank you for the follows. They are very appreciated. I has just starting photo business. That is awesome. Very cool. Happy to yes. Happy to hear. Yep. Your photo work is exceptional. Exceptional. It's really good. And it's so good to see people doing so well for themselves. Shamani has been photographing bands and now has articles in a magazine, which is amazing. You're doing all your photo work, which looks jaw-dropping, and the work that you put together. I am lucky to just simply know so many talented individuals. Very proud of Kai. He does great. Oh, yes, he does. He really, really does. You guys are great. You guys are absolutely great. If anyone wants a link to a Finnish magazine, as in, like, Finland, the location, I can hook you up with a link to a magazine article that someone we are both acquainted with has written and taken photos for articles like that. And it's just, it's mind-blowing. So mind-blowing to see people doing so well. And what's more important is to be excited for people doing so well. I am so happy that things are moving wonderfully for you, for Shamani, so many other people that we know. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And Kat is doing really good for himself. I really think that Kat is moving in a very positive direction, and it's so good to see. So good to see. And it's so cool hanging out there too. And really, thank you again for introducing our community to his community. And it's just, you know, you take a chance. Gonna be putting some of my art in a store. Oh, cool. Cool. Quote 13, remember kids, don't touch gargoyles. I was pushed by a goat. Yeah, I was pushed by a goat, Jar Strang. So is it like a small consignment shop? Like what's going on with that, Loader? All right. So we still have our secondary vehicle behind us. And this vehicle back there is actually going to assist us anytime we get bogged down in some crappy terrain, because it's going to act like another engine and another means of just getting... Ooh. There we go. So as we bog down there, the other truck is going to get bogged down, and then we're going to just pull it on through like that. Coo. And then we've got these giant fields of sunflowers. I love looking at these sunflower fields. Like, once again, thank you, my friend. Your support is amazing. Sorry, Storm is passing here, and I think my electric power might be turned off for safety. So I think I'll be going to bed too, but I will see you next time for sure. You're the best. Take care and have fun. Thank you very much, my friend. Keep doing awesome things. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Let's see, which way do we have to go? One of the local store owners contacted me and asked if I'd like to put it in her shop, and she is only going to charge me 3%. There you go. That is a step in the right direction. Okay, so this is the section right here that we're kind of concerned about. So let's see what we can make happen. But no, dude, that is awesome. That is Very awesome. Putting 4 of my eyes in it and matted and framed. Oh, fantastic. That should be neat. That should be actually really, really neat. Oh, crap. So that just basically broke the suspension on that one right there because of the logs that were underneath. So chances are we're going to have to repair some tires or something. Alright, so change trucks. Yep, it's got a pop tire. It's got a pop tire, and it's actually only got half the suspension. What do we got over here? Anything useful? Well, we get the Western Star. But the garage is only right over here, so we can actually... Yeah, so we popped a tire, but here we go. This is the cool thing. We're going to use this F750, right? See how it's got all of these fuel cans and crates and tires that are actually mounted up on this thing? We're going to be using this as a service truck because it has all the repair points, all of the fuel, all of the tires. Actually, you know what I can do? Tell you what, we're gonna take the fun route. We're gonna go more off-road with this particular route. So we're not really gonna follow any of the trails or anything like that. So we just have to break through this tree line. There we go. Yeah, and this is the F750. And this is one of the trucks that comes from DLC number 1, actually. Ow! That hurt. See, random things like that happen, and I don't know why it happens, it just kind of does. The physics in this are overly punishing, so it really forces you to go slowly. To really kind of take it easy, so to speak. Oh yeah, okay, we're almost right there. They're right over here. That was a convenient little shortcut. All right, so we roll on up over here. This thing's got a pop tire, right? We're going to use our service vehicle to repair. So now you can see all the different... That's the repair menu right there. So we're using all the different... And they actually simplified this menu. So we can take the small roof rack, which has 2 different tires on it. And we can go to our target vehicle. Can fix that. Fix all that, and then we're good to go. Now it's repaired. Done and done. And then we just gotta hook the winch back up from this one. That's one of the things too. Anytime you change out of a truck, you need to reattach the winch, or you need to do any goofy little stuff like that. And then we'll turn on the engine in the truck behind us, which is going to make it so that we don't have to drag the truck behind us, but it's actually going to move along under its own power. But yeah, so that front, okay, the front and the rear suspension is a rocker arm style suspension. And by rocker arm, and I'm pretty sure if you see it right in there, the wheels, the pair of wheels are attached to what is effectively a rocker. So when one wheel goes down, the other one goes up, and it pivots at a center point. So, say like with this phone, if you had a hole right through the middle and it was pivoting just like that, that's what a rocker style of suspension does. Of course, you've got different things with torsion bar or coil spring or leaf sprung suspension, but it all comes down to technology, the era in which it was produced. Like, this is a very heavy duty style of suspension. It's a very robust style of suspension. And it's cool too because you can see the pivot in the center there and how it pivots, the drive shaft through the center, the rotating drive shaft, the U-joint that's right in there. It's actually really cool. It's really, really cool how this game is so accurate, right down to the nuts, the bolts, the fine mechanical bits. So yeah, you see how one goes up and the other one goes down as it kind of pivots over like that? It's pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. So we've got this log train. And the cool thing is, I could have a truck with a trailer, winching a truck with a trailer. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 units of cargo, or depending on how big of a truck it is, I could do a 5-slot semi-trailer, which would have 5 slots of cargo. Ride to fight. Did I come in near the end? We're still kind of poking along. How are you this evening? What's going on? And congratulations to you, my friend. Congratulations to Ride to Fight, who has currently just hit affiliate as of the other day. So that digital dinosaur is this wonderful individual right up there. Last seen playing Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishments. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that game. But right above us right there is more SnowRunner. And that is one of the tractors going through quite a bit of water. Stream be acting buffering. Is it? I don't know. It looks okay on my end. Doesn't look too bad. But yeah, we're puttering along. We're pulling some logs. Transporting logs from point A to point B. So we can do... You are insert how much time is left, minutes until the end. So, I mean, we're getting there. So, because this is a vehicle that cannot mount a snorkel, you have to be really careful as to how deep the water is that you go through. It's a very good game, a slow burn, but awesome, having to find evidence, do interviews, and solve crimes. Ah, okay. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, we're just over here slogging through mud. Trying to rebuild a bridge with some logs, with some medium logs, actually. Got about 1/3 of a tank of fuel left. That's not too bad. But these things are so cool. These things are so cool. I mean, we are moving along. Played a bunch of SnowRunner this morning. Gotcha. It's so good, isn't it? It's just so good. We actually have another individual who just picked up, actually a couple of people who just picked up SnowRunner. We've got Jay, who's in the chat, and we've also got Dudo Kid, who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but 2 new players. So Jay just picked up SnowRunner, and Dudo Kid has been just starting SnowRunner, so it's very cool. Got a bunch done, flipped about 4 times in Tennessee. Tennessee is a weird map. Not a lot of people really enjoy Tennessee just because of sort of what they made the single map into. Like, it's not a bad map, don't get me wrong, and it's not the map itself, but it's the idea that they kind of had a little bit of a bait and switch where it was like, I wouldn't say forced multiplayer, but it was a very strange bit of multiplayer that they wanted to kind of sneak on you. Making a bridge with mini logs. Who are you building for? Ants? It's for the children who can't read good. I just watched that the other night. Zoolander is still one of those movies where it's like, actually, this is goofy, and it still holds up. That's a cool change of scenery, but it's somewhat strange. Almost put too much into a new formula. Yeah, so they don't even give you any really good vehicles. You get the little tiny buggy, which is not a very good scout. And then you get the Sprinter, which is a really awful truck. And I understand that it's supposed to be a Dakar style of truck, but in a game that is meant to haul cargo from point A to point B, if you have a vehicle that can neither haul cargo nor trailers, it's kind of ineffective. It's really unfortunate. But I mean, hey, what can you do? That is the thing that they wanted to try. And if that kind of paved the way for Dakar Desert Rally, that just came out not that long ago either, that is a good game. And it's also done by Saber Interactive, believe it or not. And I have played that a handful of times on stream, and it's been a really, really, really good game to play. It's a beautiful game. It's got a lot going on with it. It has a lot going on with it. Or the Ant Bully, aka If Honey I Shrunk the Kid, just one, meets Ants, the DreamWorks Bugs Life. Yeah, you get a lot going on right there. That is one hell of a mashup. I am pulling my second. Mostly because I didn't want to be bothered in going to fetch another medium log trailer, so I just bought a second Aramatsu Forester and was like, yeah, this is how we're going to ship it. Totally going to do it this way. Okay. So, where's your third or fourth? I mean, that's rough way to flex. Yeah, I was just like, no, this is how we're gonna do it. This is the way we're gonna roll with it. My phone is making noise for some reason, and I don't know why. All right. More notifications from Reddit about Darktide. Which, yeah, that was definitely a game that is worth discussing. All right. I did that the other night on stream with Balancing Concrete Slab. Yeah, it's so much easier to avoid. Like I'm gonna go and get a trailer. I'm going to use the trailer to pack down the cargo, just because for me it's easier that way. And I'm kind of lazy. Plus, with not don't hit that. Plus, with not paying attention to what I'm doing half the time, it's like no, we're gonna be a little bit safer if we pack the cargo. We're gonna be a little bit safer if it's in a sideboard trailer, and it kind of adds a little bit more adventure going and getting the trailer, loading the trailer up. And these maps, the trailers are not right next to the garage anymore, so. All right, we're down to about a fifth of a tank of gas, I think. So let's bring these bad boys through. Let's see if we can actually make it to the location that we need to make it through, for one. Because it's going to be close. This is going to be cutting it very, very close. Same for me. I drive like someone in Jersey when I play and stream at the same time. Yeah, exactly. So you tend to be all over the place because you're paying attention to like 13 different things at once. But that's beside the point. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do that. Always with the stream, the scene transition music, which is always awesome. Okay, so let's kind of pull this guy up a little bit. And then let's figure out where we got to go. So basically, it's straight. This is where we have to go with it. Like, straight all the way across. Like, right there. So we're in... And we want to go... Heartlands? To the Forester? Okay. Erematsu Forester on this map. Let's see what we can make happen. But yeah. Yeah, J.R. Strang, we are winding down very shortly. So don't gotta worry about that. Oh, this thing's almost got... Damn, this thing has a lot more fuel. You know what I remembered? Games that based on a movie but barely following the plot and been released in the early to mid 2000s. Ooh. That is certainly a topic for various different film and other things. There was a game on the Sega Genesis, it was called Outlander, and it was supposed to be like very much modeled after Mad Max. You drove a car with a supercharger, you had to watch your fuel, pitch black. Pitch black is coming back to Mountain Dew. I know that much. That much I do know. Mountain Dew Pitch Black is so good. Mountain Dew Pitch Black 2 was by far the best. It was the sour grape version of it. And it was some of the best Mountain Dew I have ever had. The orange one isn't bad. Pitch Black, which was a fantastic game. Speaking of which, Mad Max is a... Yeah, Mad Max is an awesome game. We played a bunch of Mad Max on here. I like the driving around in the middle of the desert. One of the best things about it was... Oh, turn on the... Oh, we didn't have the engine on the other truck turned on. My bad. When you went to get the hood ornaments... The hood ornaments, which would give you certain buffs to your car, and it was just really neat because it was like this, the cars you were chasing down, the lead vehicle always had the emblem that you wanted to get, and you had to chase the car down, and they were in a convoy of other vehicles. And you had to either bash them, shoot them, use your harpoon and rip pieces off them to disable them, rip tires free. It was actually really, really, really cool. Oh, you know what we gotta do? We gotta choose... Easy bridge. Okay. Start tracking. Okay. And the cool thing about this is, because we're not hauling a trailer, I don't have to worry about recovering and just leaving the trailer behind. You never got to finish it? Oh man, it was a great game. And it's completely set aside in the... It's completely different where it is in the Mad Max universe. So... It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Let's see... Still got a little ways to go. We get a third of a tank to get there. Let's see if we can actually get this done. But if we do stuff like go downhill like this, we'll be using very little in the way of fuel. A little caution sign, which means, hey dummy, slow down. Alright. No, actually, this isn't too bad. This thing was actually doing pretty... Uh-oh. I say that. And then we get hung up on a tree. But yeah, the story itself was great. Just found out there's an 80s fighting turn-based game that's based on The Room. As in, The Room, the really terrible movie with, what's his name? That they made a movie over. Or they made a movie of a making of a movie. What the hell's his name? With the sunglasses and everything. And he was just some rich dude. Tommy Wiseau. Yes, shock jockey, you were 100% correct. Tommy Wiseau. So a dude with more money than intelligence and made a movie that was one of the worst movies ever created. And then they finally made a movie about the making of the movie with, I think, James Franco. James Franco was Wiseau, right? You mean best. Oh, I don't know if I mean best. Alright, we almost there? I hope we're getting there. Because we got about 90 liters of fuel on this one, and we're probably running out on the other one. Yeah. Wiseau, you know, to his credit, it was his own little passion project. His heart was in the right place, but best of the worst. So, this is why movies have teams of creative types. You've got writers, you've got producers, you've got directors. And the producers are the ones who are like, hey, is this going to make money? Are we going to see a financial return? You know, that sort of thing. All right, so we're going to drive up to this one. Unload there. Okay. Oh, we just have to unload. Okay. Oh, we got 19 liters of fuel left in this one. Let's see if we can do it. This is a neat area, though. I like this area. And then you've got the giant wind plant, or wind, Oh, awesome. Okay. Hell yeah. Look at that. We're gonna stop the engine on that truck, change it back to that one, because this is a really cool looking, like, that just looks awesome right there. That just looks awesome right there. The Room is in profit now. Yes, because it's become a cult classic, and it's weird how certain films achieve cult classic status. Like, they just somehow people get so interested in them, regardless of how critically received they were at once upon a time. I say the musical that's based on felines is worse than The Room. Oh, you mean Cats? From all of the midnight screenings and the fan... Yeah. Your most disliked or hated movie that everyone else loves. That's a tough one. Of course you do, Loader. Of course you do. Oh, man. I don't know. That's a tough call because I tend to like most movies that I watched. What was it called? The Relic, the Ritual. It's the one where they had a... They climb to the top of a temple, and there's the man-eating plants. I hated that one. Me and a buddy of mine almost walked out of the theater on that one. But for some reason, people seem to actually like it, and I couldn't understand. The Ruins. Yes, it was The Ruins. I don't, for the life of me, understand why anybody liked that movie whatsoever. It was just like, holy moly. If it was The Ruins, I enjoyed it in that, and in a stupid movie kind of way. I like The Descent. The Descent was a really fantastic movie. Mine is Twilight. Just kidding. It's any Hallmark Dude, those Hallmark movies make bank. Those Hallmark movies bring various different actors and actresses out of retirement, and they're just, I don't know. They do really, really, really well for themselves. Let's see. Most gut-wrenching movie. Ooh, there's so many like that. So movies that typically are not like gut-wrenching, like for me, like I am very automotive-centric. Stuff that has a lot of cars in it. They're just remakes of the very first Hallmark movie, potentially. But this is stuff that we can discuss next time, because it's actually 20 past 9, a little bit later than we wanted to wrap up, but that's fine. We're gonna go raid Space Viking, because Space Viking right now is playing, what the hell is it? Space Engineers. Space Viking is playing Space Engineers, and he's a really good dude. We play SnowRunner with him on Thursdays, so why not come along for the fun? Space Engineers is actually kind of a neat game. It's very, very cool. It's another building style game. Space in space? Yeah, kind of. So, we'll be back tomorrow. But you know what? Maybe we'll actually do Skyrim tomorrow, because usually Tuesday is our Fallout night. We'll make it something different. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But for now, guys, I am Storm of Iron. Thank you very much, each and every single one of you, for coming by and hanging out. Thank you for asking questions about SnowRunner and everything else under the sun. Musk, thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. You're awesome. And I see you, dude.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. We will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll do it all over again and probably talk movies and food and pizza. Be good.